For me, when I look at hard rock and metal, I think the distinguishing point between what makes a band metal or hard rock is if there's a blues influence in it.
Wow! Coming from another way, because that's exactly what it is. But yeah, when you strip away the black of the blues, it becomes not American. Now it is European classical music, and the heavy metal bands sound closer to like a classical type thing than they do. Like the beat is on all four. It's not 2 and 4 dominant. The blues isn't in there. It's more riff based. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's basically it's just European classical music with electrical instruments. It's like you know what I'm saying? Like that's a breakdown, but that's also like classical music. It's the same exact thing. Yeah, it's not until you come to America and all these people mix, and then they make this rock and roll. That's why anybody could do it.
What elements of the blues and jazz set the foundation for rock and roll? Is it pentatonic scale? Is it Little Richard? What is it to you?
Wow. What is it in that in jazz that sets the scale for rock music? Honestly, you know what I really think it is? I think it's subject matter and tempo.
What's the subject matter?
The subject matter, wow, because in the blues and jazz you get more of the broken story based on who it's coming from. There's more blues in the actual subject matter. And if you're talking about early rock and roll, that's very something different than what we would think of modern rock and roll. In that case, I would think it would be the tempo and the feel of it. You know, how a fast swing becomes like a Chuck Berry blues. You know, like that 1, 2, 3, 4 becomes 2. Like you know, that's jazz and blues. And early rock, I think, but yeah, I think it's tempo and subject matter would be the things where there's so much to it. Wow, there's so much to it. Yeah, the tempo, the subject matter, and the use of the blues, because most rock and roll music is blues.
Quick question about the subject matter, just very quickly. A very close friend of mine, he's a jazz musician, and he says that the early blues was really singing about Jim Crow a lot. And that. When you look at the angst of rock and roll in general, it kind of came out of that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. It comes out of that, but it's different now because, for those group of people it's Jim Crow, but for the people making early rock and roll, or who you would think that are listening to early rock and roll, with them it was anti-establishment. You know, it was like all these different ideas that they were getting from around the world. People being more prosperous in America than ever. You know, and children rebelling by listening to this jazz music. You know what I'm saying? And how dangerous it was back then. You know, they used to talk about jazz music and blues music the same way they talk about gangster rap. You know, the same exact way. So I think it's in that. I think it was
So the rebel spirit of rock and roll came out of the blues and jazz.
Yeah, and ultimately, not to be corny about it, but the rebel spirit, that's all American. So that's why they mixed. That's where you get at the rock and roll show, it's not an all-black crowd all the time. It's not an all-white crowd all the time. Now it's something a lot more dangerous to the establishment because they're mixed. And they're all under this music, so that's the type of thing. It became like this American, kind of fuck you type thing. And that's such a part of the psyche of the American, it's like the lone wolf, like the hero, Fonzie. It became like the Fonzie.
Hey, thanks for watching. My name is Daniel Sarkisian. I'm an independent filmmaker from Toronto.